all about the people, it's all about the news, all about the stand on bystanders at news stands. We can't stop but keep disseminating good information to the public. Bystanders at news stands, your number one newspaper review program. Here with me is the Nation newspaper with a very, very catchy headline, and also the Punch with punchy stories here. All right, the Nation newspaper. Let's go on to the major headline on the front page of the Nation newspaper. We shot Benin. Border over rice smuggling, says Buhari. We shot Benin. Border over rice smuggling, says the President, Muhammadu Buhari. 48 feared kidnapped in Katsina communities. 48 feared kidnapped in Katsina communities. Nigerians shops attacked in South Africa. Nigerian shops attacked in South Africa. Okay, President to meet with Benin, Niger leaders. President to meet with Benin, Niger leaders. Okay, let's move to the top of the newspaper and see what we have here. Governors kick, others hail NDDC board. Governors kick, others hail NDDC board. Federal government cuts visa fees for U.S. citizens. Okay, on spot, Okagbari, why I didn't protest 100 million ban. Why I didn't protest 100-meter ban. Koza Pastor Fatoyinbo gets bail. Koza Pastor Fatoyinbo gets bail. Let's move down to the Punch newspaper and see what we have there. Very interesting stories on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Nigeria-Benin border closed to stop smuggling, says Muhammadu Buhari. Nigeria-Benin border closed to stop smuggling, says the President, Muhammadu Buhari. Okay, let's move down to El Zazaki's story. Iran backing El Zazaki to Islamize Nigeria, says federal government. Iran backing El Zazaki to Islamize Nigeria, says federal government. On power probe, NDPHC officials detained for alleged 850 million naira fraud. Okay, the major headline on the front page of Punch newspaper: Chinese firms handling $47 billion key federal government projects. Okay, down the paper, Nigeria succumbs, reduces visa fees for Americans. 4 feared killed as cultists clash in Lagos. On rape case, police to grill Fatoyinbo for third day. These are the stories we have on the front pages of the Punch newspaper and also the Nation newspaper. Our reviewers are set. Let's join them. I'll be right back. Benin Republic and Nigeria. The president said he closed the border just because of the smuggling of rice into the country. What's your own perception on this?
Buhari, as I see, Buhari administration is an anti-humanitarian administration, because you are closing border while we don't have alternative for the border that you are closing. You are closing up border for the importation of foods, and you are even trying to restrict the importation of goods by sea. Because I heard that they was telling the CBN to stop exchanging currencies for importers. So it is not only on border. So I would say his administration is anti-humanitarian administration, because food importation on sea will be high. Food importation on land will also be high. Because when you are placing restrictions on them, why we don't have alternative here? Nigeria is a highly populated country, the most populated black nation in the world. What and what are we producing? The ones that we are even trying to manage to produce to feed our families. Let me even say subsistence agriculture. The herdsmen are damaging it. The herdsmen are destroying it. Which even the president is keeping adamant over it. Which is even the herdsmen is even shielding them He was busy trying to use billions of naira to go and build colony for them. To go and build Ruga for them. He refused not to declare them terrorists. Why they are terrorists? Killing people, destroying people's houses, raping people, maiming people, destroying their farmlands and their economic valuables.
You made a statement the other time. You said, why is he closing the borders? Why he doesn't have another alternative or any alternative? Now, the president has made available farmlands. He has made available equipment for farmers to plant. Don't you think this is enough to stop foreigners or Nigerians from bringing in goods from other countries?
Thank you very much for your question. The number one objective of any government in the world is the provision of security of lives and property. Many people are afraid of going to their farms as I'm talking to you. Look at what happened in Borno last week. Almost about how many communities was destroyed, damaged. People were killed, their houses. People sought for refuge outside their homeland by a terrorism group called Boko Haram. Before Buhari administration could be able to talk anything concerning this issue, you asked me now. Well, first of all, make sure that he provided security of lives and property to the citizens of this country. Let him himself and his administration tell themselves the truth. Bandits are there ravaging the nation. Kidnappers are there ravaging the nation. Herdsmen are there ravaging the nation. Boko Haram are there ravaging the nation. You do nothing about it. And you are not telling us you are providing farmlands. Last month, July, herdsmen chased some people away in Ogun State here. They chased people away from their farmland, even in schools. The children and teachers that were in schools, they chased them away. They could be able to run. They ran away. That's why we cannot be able to record death incident. And even they didn't run, they will slaughter them. Are you understanding me now? Last year, it was on paper that current governor of Benue State, Governor Tom, invested about billions of naira in rice farm. And those rice farm got burnt by this same set group, herdsmen, that the president refused not to declare them terrorists. They burned the farm and burned all the valuables. It was on the front page of the paper. It was no longer a new news. We all see it. And they said the rice farm worth billions of naira. So why did the president and his administration keep on beating about the bush? There is even food scarcity. Without even closing border, there is food scarcity already because of what herdsmen is doing to farmers. Their farms and valuables are being burnt and destroyed without even any compensation from the government. Without even government showing remorse. Okay, look at even people that are victims of all those attacks. Look at how they are dying in IDP camps. Look at how they are suffering. Government is not even doing enough to provide for them in their various IDP camps. People that fall victim of their own farmland, their own property, they fall victim. They are suffering in IDP camps, devastated, without nothing. And he was telling us that he's providing farmland. We are providing farmland on a fertile soil of Boko Haramism. We are providing farmland on a fertile soil of herdsmen, banditry, kidnapping, which means you are beating about the bush. When the people will go and farm and do whatever they will do, these people will come and ravage and destroy all the things. So him and his administration will better tell themselves the truth and stop beating about the bush. Because as I'm seeing it now, first of all, okay, see fish now. Nigeria does not have a good water that can be able to provide good fish. So, go in, go out, we must rely on fish importation. So you know, placing restriction on all those things Where can we get the fish that we will eat? Okay, the one that they can manage to import and come over here will be very expensive. And we, the masses, will be bearing the brunt. We will bear the brunt. Because we still go and buy it. Because people must eat.
Suggestion now, your own suggestion to this.
My own suggestion still relies on security. Security is the most paramount objective and the major priority of any government.
Should the president listen to the voice or the advice of Benin president? Should he open the border?
Thank you very much. The border is supposed to be opened. I believe Nigeria have custom. We have Nigerian customs, we have Nigerian immigrations. What are they doing? Even if there is illegal goods or contraband goods that is coming in, what is the essence of having an agency like custom and immigration? They're supposed to be there to checkmate the in and out, inflow and outflow of these goods. The one that is contraband, they stop it. The one that is, it's because our border is porous. Related to the same issue I'm talking about, insecurity. We have the Ministry of Interior. What is the Ministry of Interior doing? While our borders are porous. Someone from Nigeria-Republic can just back in Pekin, put in Pekin for back, tie him, and walk out from Nigeria-Republic and enter Nigeria without anybody harassing him or her. Someone from Chad can just say, hey, let me just go Nigeria and come back. You just trek, come enter. The borders are porous. Tantamount to what? Insecurity. So what are we now talking about? If there is security, if the Minister of Interior is doing their work proper, the insecurity is not there. But this is a good thing I'm even talking about. Our military, that is the pride of our nation, is not even secured. Boko Haram is in Nigerian military. Fulani herdsmen is in Nigerian military. Kidnappers are in Nigerian military. Herdsmen are in Nigerian military.
The country is not secured.
It's not secured.
These are the people that are meant to be securing the lives of...
Even in Nigerian police. Are you understanding me now? So security first. Security. That is the most paramount aspect of it. They're supposed to provide security. That is it. And the borders they are talking about, if the customs and the immigrations they are doing their work, it is not only in Nigeria that they are importing goods. In some other countries they are importing goods. Their customs, their immigrations are there doing their work. When you are coming, you didn't have your passport, they will stop you. Their borders are not porous. They checkmate your papers, checkmate your goods, and everything, because their things are in order in their own country. But here, our borders are porous. There is insecurity of lives and property, and they are now telling us that we are engaging into agriculture, that we are trying to push money into agriculture. That might be a waste. That might be about just beating about the bush.
Protectionism is when a country wants to protect what she is producing, and so to have value for her citizen. That if you don't protect what you're producing and becomes of value, you will appreciate what others are bringing to you. Now, there's another school of thought that says comparative advantage. I advocate exchange of trade. It's very important. But we should not abuse bringing in other people's goods to the detriment of our own. But the federal government should not tighten the border. They should look inward to see whether what they are producing is enough to feed their citizens. And so if it's not enough, what they will do, they will have to encourage the people, give soft loan to people boost agriculture and so on, before you now begin to tighten your border. Right now, once you tighten your border, there will be suffering. There will be price increase to goods. And so this will lead to mass suffering and starvation. Yeah, and deprivation. So I'm not saying that government should go and open the border to allow in other people's goods to come because they are enjoying it. Government should look at ways through which they will balance this thing. Balance it so that the citizen will not suffer, and then our trade relationship with other people will not suffer too. Affected. And so let us not suffer what we experienced in 1984 when Buhari became military president, that we could not see what to eat. But people were one way or the other, bringing in rice and other commodities, thinking that those things have been banned, and we made them open somewhere and they were enjoying it. So government should seek a way of balancing this so that we have to enjoy what nature has given us in order to blossom forth.
They said Showore arrest was because he visited Nnamdi Kanu. That Nnamdi Kanu is already declared as a terrorist, as enemy of the state. So they now said you don't have the right to visit him. So that's what people were disputing about. I don't see that as being bad. Since he's a citizen of this country, he has a family, he has a brother, he has colleagues. Somebody who know you before cannot deny you that I don't know you again, because this is somebody that know you before. Somebody who is my friend before, they declare him as an enemy of the nation or my family. Are you telling me I don't have the right to go and see him? So that is bad. It's illegal.
Let's quickly move to what we have here on the front page of Punch newspaper. Nigeria-Benin border closed to stop smuggling. That's what the president has said.
In the first place, Nigeria should be ashamed that Benin, that is not up to Lagos, is in that state where they have a lot of food, sheep crops, that Nigeria will move from here to Benin to smuggle foods. That's a blow. That's a slap on our face. See, that is a slap on our face. Then it's too low to Nigeria. It is Nigeria that's people supposed to smuggle food from here to another country. So every day Nigeria keep moving backward. You see, but I don't know what our leaders are doing. We have incompetent leaders, pseudo leadership. That's what we have here. People who are charlatans. They call themselves rulers. They have no feeling for the masses. They have no plan for this country. This is time we should think about our nation keep moving forward. And before this nation can move forward, it's when a patriot rule this country. That's the kind of leaders we lack. A leader with diplomacy and a patriotic leader, we lack it in this country. We don't have a patriot.
Do you support the closure of borders by the president?
It is absurd. It is not profitable, and it makes no difference. It makes no difference. You see, when you close the border, you see, before you can say, okay, it's just like when somebody is feeding you. Maybe you are a liability or you demand from somebody, or somebody is catering for you. You see, if you want to stand on your own, you must be capable. You must know that yes, you are good enough to stand on your own. Not that you will just when you are not even good enough, you are not competent. You will say, I want to stand on my own. So that's absurd. What do we have here? What do we produce here? Even if you go to Arab, they import. You see, it happens even in America, all over the world. It happens. So what are we talking about? No, just take a look at that. In Nigeria, that is lower to those countries we are talking about. When we talk of wealth, we talk of economy, we are lower to Saudi Arabia and America. But still, it happened there. So how can we just close border?
Has the closure of these borders benefited Nigeria? Has it changed anything?
It doesn't change anything. Instead of making a change, it exacerbates our problem. So every step our president take You see, every step he take is just a fiasco. Every step is a fiasco. He has no plan in moving Nigeria forward. And I'm telling you, if Buhari completes 4 years, it will make no difference. It will rather obfuscate our problem.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Closing border to me, it doesn't mean anything to me. Are you getting it now? And now we are too dependent on bringing goods from other countries, especially Benin Republic, even cars and other things.
Mostly rice is what they even deliberated on.
Yeah, we have local rice here, and our local rice is the best. But what I think is that everybody should go back to farm, because I heard that they said people should go and be getting loan from the bank like UBA if you like to do anything farming stuff. Are you getting me? I think that will be better. If you are producing things, I think if you go around in Nigeria now, many people are producing things like tiger nuts, and we don't too much depend on foreign goods again. Are you getting that? Many people are producing their own goods. But to me, it's a good idea. I don't know what government sees. That's why the reason why they close border. But to me, it's okay. Let everybody work. Let everybody go back to farm.
But does it improve the economy?
They've been looking for a way. They've been looking for a way to do things right. Are you getting me now? So going to other countries to bring goods does not change anything in Nigeria. Are you getting me now? So if they close it and you are producing things within the country, it can help our economy. The money that is supposed to flow around the states, we are carrying the money to another country to buy things. It's not done anymore. I like that idea. If that kind of idea can work in Nigeria, I think that's the best idea.
Are you not affected?
No, I'm not affected. You know, if I'm producing something now, my people will patronize me. Are you guys now? When we are patronizing each other, can help our economy to grow and to boost the economy. I mean, are you getting me now? So by going there often and often, and then there's a lot of things that cause damage to our life, like live chicken we are buying from there. Are you getting me now?
Food insecurity.
Food insecurity. That thing is really affecting us. Are you getting me now? It's really affecting us. But the only way you can do is that if I produce, we'll be able to patronize each other. So we not go to another state, another country to go and buy those things. So we patronize ourselves. So once we patronize ourselves, the money will not go out. It will be within the states. It will circulate. Are you getting me now? So you no need of going there. Are you getting me now? So it's also some people hate the government, the way the government are doing. But it's not today. That be existing. Yaradua did it. He opened border for 6 months and he closed it back. Are you getting me now? But I want Nigeria to know one thing. Are you getting me now? Before you blame any government, first of all study what their plan.
What
government has in plan. Are you getting me now? Not to criticize them. So the only thing government can do is that the only thing people in Nigeria can do is that let first of all study the government before you complain. Are you getting me now? You study the government, study their plan, you study what they have for people.
But some persons have said that the government should have balanced the equation, like importing 50% and closing 50%.
Let me tell you something. I'm not, since all these days they've been open border.
I mean, importing 50% and producing here.
Importing 50%? No. We are producing here. It's just like people are no more doing farmer again. Are you getting me now? We need to go back to farmer. They use cocoa money to build, you know what, cocoa house in Ibadan. They use cocoa money to build it. They are using farming this thing for Nigeria. Then they are using farming money to do things there. Not even fuel. Are you getting me now? They are using money. They are using cocoa money. They are using farming money. But we neglected farming stuff. That's why we are facing all this problem. And then if they open border now, people will be running for farming stuff. Are you getting it now?
Alright, viewers, we won't go beyond this on today's edition of Bystanders at Newsstands. Do join us next time as we bring you interesting topic from Nigerian delis. Michael Adekule still remains my name. Behind the camera, Latif Adebwale. In the studio, Michael Ojo. That's the editor himself, keeping it real on Flip TV. Till I join you next time on this same channel. Keep having a good day. Bye.